Alright, good afternoon everyone. Today is Monday, November 28th, 2011. We want to go over the trades that set up this morning, the ones that set up, the ones we took, the ones we didn't take, and we'll try to go over why as well. I'll start right off with the results. Whoops, not that one. That was after we made our initial 24 ticks. There you go. We made our 24 ticks in the first half an hour this morning, and then we switched gears into the training mode, and you could see the results were that other one that I had just brought up here, but I'll go over that in a few minutes. I also took, in training mode, I took a YM trade. I lost 6 ticks on the YM trade, and you can see that right there. But let me get back to the beginning of the day here, and we'll go over this. Alright, let's see. Right at the open, there was a trade right here that it had pretty much happened by the time I noticed it, so I didn't take it. But we had a fresh bubble down here. Now, for everyone that's new, we had quite a few new people in our live trading room this morning. I'm going to go over the setup, play by play here, and it's going to be recorded, so this will be out on YouTube. You'll be able to get to it through the links, the live trading room results links on the website. I think there's one of those links on every page. Now, first thing you look for is the bubble down here. The bubble is the red bands getting outside the black bands on the CF chop bands. Okay, you get the bubble, and this is on a 4-tick range chart. You get a higher swing and the first pullback down to the BBC after the bubble. Alright, you only get one pullback per bubble, and in this case it was right here. The entry, you would have been rounding the BBC up to the nearest tick, would have been 88.75. So you would have been trying to get in there at 88.75. It would have been an MIT order, so you would have gotten in at 89, 2 points risk. Would have put your stop down here at 87. You can see it drew down almost to the stop, but not quite. And then it moved up to 2 points in favor of the trade. Alright. The second one we actually did take. We missed that first one. The second one we actually did take, and you can see the bubble is much more pronounced down here. The red line's outside the black lines on the bands. We had a swing pivot right here, and it pulled back down here. We had almost no pain in this trade. I think we entered it, our entry was at 90.75. We had an MIT order at 90.75. It put us in at 91. It drew down 2 ticks. And then it moved up to our profit target of 2 points. And that's what you see right here. Alright, that was the trade we took this morning to reach our primary goal of 2 points a contract per day. And we got that in the first half an hour. You can see it was 9:51 when it had hit that level. After that, price went into a range here. It was trading sideways for quite a while. You can see the bands got inside here, and they stayed inside from 10 all the way through to right here, almost 11 o'clock. They popped out, but we didn't have any trades set up here. All right, they went back inside, and they stayed inside pretty much the rest of the morning. So we didn't trade any more this morning on the 4-tick range chart. All right, there were only 2 setups on the 4-tick range chart this morning. And that was all there was. Alright, there's nothing else. Even now, there's nothing else on the 4-tick range chart. It's still going sideways. We did take a trade over here this morning. It wasn't on the 10,000 contract, though. It was on the 2100 tick. And that was a Mike R trade. That was the four ticks that we took out of that you saw a minute ago. We had this bearish cross right here with the pullback up to the BBC. I shorted right there, and right here it was at plus 1.5 points, and it was having trouble getting through this area right here. You can see on this particular bar right here, it bounced all the way back up here past our entry, even into the risk a little bit right there, before it came back down and bounced again off of this level right here, 1192. Our target was 91.75. All right, because we had gotten in at 93.75. We ended up taking 1 point over here. Once I saw it was having trouble right here at this level, I moved my stop up to plus 1 point, and it got us out with 1 point profit right here. All right, after that, it eventually just struggled and struggled right here. It never made it in this area down to the 91.75, and that's still where it is right now. It's still stuck in that range. All right, that was all there was on the 2100 tick. On the 10,000 contract, we had such a huge gap up this morning. The 10,000 contract didn't give us any opportunity until over here, but that wasn't really an opportunity because the cycle was not in favor of the long trade right there. All right, and it wasn't in favor of it over here, and it just wasn't in favor of it pretty much all day. Right here, it was, we had a bearish cross. We might have been able to sell here, pull back up to the BBC. Cycle again not in favor of it. If you look at the DMT down here, it's just crossing back and forth and back and forth, and it's just a mess. And we're in this tight range, right on top of support. No trades in there. We had a bullish cross here with no pull away. We had a bearish cross here with no pull away. So there's nothing there. There were no trades generated in there. All right. Over here on the YM, we had, let's look at this. We had a trade right here after the open, but this high momentum bar that came down, I decided not to take that trade. There was another one right here. This was a divergence trade based on the combo indicator down here, with the cycle part of the combo indicator being up here in the overbought area and the other lines being down in the oversold area. I would have been looking for a close above, which we had here by just a tick on this green bar right here. I didn't even realize it when it happened. But we would have been looking to enter in right there. And that went up to the profit target had you taken the trade. We had a bearish cross here with the pullback up. I missed this one. You can see that's why I have an orange arrow on it. Price pulled back up here, bounced off the BBC, and pushed down for a good 15-point profit if you wanted to take it. Over here, I had entered into a divergence trade here. You see this was bearish divergence because the cycle part of the combo indicator is down at the bottom. It's oversold, so we're expecting price to move down. With the faster bars moving up, just showing that there was divergence between the longer term and the shorter term direction. So what we look for in that case is an area for the shorter term direction to bounce off of to continue back down to the longer term direction. It did do that, and then we closed down below the MA1. Right here I went short. It gave us about 6 or 7 ticks profit at one point down to this level right here, put in a double bottom. I should have taken my risk off at that point, but I didn't. I was expecting it to get down here to the 11,500 level, the even number. Excuse me. But it did not go there immediately. It came back up and stopped me out to the tick right here before attempting to go down again. Got within a couple ticks of that 11,500 level, then moved up. All right. Right here on the move up, there was a high momentum bar again that pulled back right here after the bullish cross, the first pullback, and that moved up from 17, moved up 20 points. And since then, it's just been a bunch of chop. All right, that's the way the morning's been. Unfortunately, it hasn't been a fantastic morning. Now, all that said, on the Globex, I'll go over this in the recap. But I will also try to. I want to bring up a chart here. I want to bring up an hourly chart to put it into the. Here, let me try it. No, I can't do it with that one. I was going to say I want to bring up an hourly chart here so I can go over the trade, the swing trade that happened in the Globex. All right, let me show you. It happened. It was triggered Friday afternoon, which was here the 25th, right? It was triggered at 8:30. The second bar right here. This bar right here is what triggered the trade Friday afternoon. Now, at that point, we had said buy above 1172. The market never went above 1172 on Friday afternoon. It went as high as 1171 quarter. It drew all the way down to 1149 quarter. And then in the Globex, last night, the market gapped up 18 points and opened here at 1172. It opened at 1172. So we said buy above 1172. You had your opportunity to enter the long trade right there. this was the first beta long trade that went out, a beta swing trade that went out to everybody that signed up for it. If you signed up for it and you didn't get it, then most of the problems that we've been having is not that people didn't get it, it's that people got it more than once. But that's not a bad problem to have. Okay. We suggested entering here at 1172. You can see right now we're plus 21 points from that, and that was midnight last night. It was about 18 hours ago that trade went on. All right, so there was a 21 point potential gain here in 18 hours from the first swing trade that went out to all the beta people, all the control group that had signed up for the beta. All right. Where do we think it's going to go now? Well, we don't know, honestly. I would say 1210. If we get through 1200, this 95-96 area has been tough for a long time. If you're in the trade right now, I would consider moving your stops up, locking something in right around this level right here, right around 1180. If you're not in the trade, I would say wait for the next one at this point. But target-wise, 1200. If we get through 1196, 1197, that gave us a lot of trouble last week. And if we get through there, get through the 1200 level, I think 1210 is an area that I think may stop us and send us back down. We'll see what happens as we progress through the week, but something to consider, and we'll keep updating you as the trade goes on. All right, so that is our first swing trade for all the beta folks. I'm going to flip this back to a 10,000 contract chart, and I am going to wrap it up here for the morning. So again, we got our 2 points this morning, 24 ticks. All right, that's what's going to go in the recap on the website and in the totals. All right, that is it.